Hassan, I have some questions about flu that really need answering. So here's the first one. So when you have the vaccination, they're actually giving you the flu, aren't they? Is that right?
There's inactivated flu cells within it, so that enables your immune system to build up antibodies to the vaccine. But because it's a inactivated content, you can't actually get live flu from it. So no, it can't cause flu. What it may do is cause your body to react to with the immune system so you might get a little bit of a sore arm, you might get a little bit of a sniffle, but that's a good immune response to your antibodies building up.
Okay, thank you. And if I don't get the vaccine by October or by the end of October, it's too late, isn't it? Then I've missed my chance.
Once you've had the vaccine, it takes a couple of weeks to get full immunity build up. So obviously your body's building to get to that point, to that maximum protection. But that isn't just for October. Our peaks for flu, are more towards the end of November and into December. So that 2-week period obviously can extend throughout November. So absolutely not. October, the earlier the better, but October isn't too late, or beyond October isn't too late.
That's great. When you get the vaccination, you're then protected for life. You never need it again. Is that right?
No, Russ. You'll have to take the vaccine booster every year just to top yourself up, because the flu does evolve, and with it, the vaccine.
Great. Hassan, tell me about what's in the vaccine. I've heard that the vaccine contains pork products. Is that right?
No, Russ. The vaccine doesn't contain pork, and for Muslims, this is a serious issue. So Muslims don't have anything that's derived from pork. So ingredients have to be pork-free. So this is a Muslim-friendly vaccine.
Brilliant. So I've had the flu recently. Now, does that make me immune because I've had the flu just in the last few months?
So it doesn't mean that you're immune from all types of flu virus, and the vaccine contains a number of flu viruses within it. It may be that you've had a virus that's not flu, but very similar. So you would still get protection from having the vaccination.
Thank you. I've always thought the flu is just like a more heavy kind of cold. That's right, isn't it?
So a cold, you wouldn't really be laid up in bed. If you've had flu, you've usually not been able to get out of bed. It's really quite debilitating. But also there can be lots of complications from a flu virus as well. So it can lead to pneumonia. Obviously respiratory-wise, if anybody's got an underlying respiratory condition as well, it can be really, really dangerous.
Wow. Very different.
Very different, yeah.
So I go for my vaccination, I get it done, and as soon as I walk out the door, I'm protected immediately. Is that right?
No, it takes up to 2 weeks for your immune response for your body to build up your antibodies to the degree of protection.
And Hassan, am I also protected from the cold at the same time if I get the vaccination?
No, Russ. The flu vaccine protects you against the flu, and different viruses cause cold.
Yeah. So I have a friend of a friend who apparently never gets the flu. So because they never get the flu, should they bother getting the flu vaccination? They work for RDaSH.
Absolutely, because you can be a carrier of flu even if you don't become unwell yourself. If you're carrying a flu virus, then you can pass that on to other vulnerable patients, your colleagues, and also you've got to think about anybody at home and carrying flu virus back to home. The vaccination will also help with, if you do pick up the flu virus, your symptoms are likely to be much less severe than if you were unvaccinated and basically unprotected.
I've come across someone who works for RDaSH who's afraid of needles. They have a needle phobia. Can they still get the vaccine?
The way that we're delivering the vaccine and the way that it's delivered and licensed for our adults, then it would still be a needle. However, there are some different techniques that we can use to help support those individual members of staff if they make themselves known to us. One way is that we can just have, a discrete situation where they are distracted. That's we can use some techniques that way. We also have VR headsets that can be really effective in causing a distraction for somebody who has, is fearful of a needle and doesn't find it a pleasant experience. So there is additional support that we can put in place if those individuals want to still access the protection of the vaccine.
And finally, if I get the vaccination and let RDaSH know, Toby gives me a prize. Is that right?
Well, you go into a prize draw. So for each care group and our corporate colleagues, once you've had the flu, every week for the first 5 weeks, you're pulled out of a draw. There'll be 2 per group across those 6 areas, 5 care groups and our corporate colleagues. And anybody that's pulled out at that point, you'll win £50.
Brilliant.
Which will go into your wages. So nice little added bonus. Plus, a lot of our care groups have got other little incentives that they're doing on an individualised level. So I've got tubs of chocolates. I know my colleagues in Rotherham have got tea and cake and the opportunity to complete the staff survey while you're there as well. They've got a great strapline, which is keep flu away and have your say.
Exciting stuff. Thank you. Sam, Hassan, thank you for your time. It's been like talking to 2 walking, breathing Wikipedias.
Thank you very much.
Take that as a compliment. Thank you, Ross.